Hello, in this video I will talk about the need for gender equality in DRR. Gender equality is an international legal obligation anchored in human rights. Women are especially hard hit by disasters, and gender equality and strengthening the role of women are crucial in DRR and for sustainable development in general. In this video, we will focus on the need to use a gender lens in all aspects of DRR, from governance to early warning systems to post-disaster reconstruction. Unfortunately, women are more at risk of being affected by disasters and their effects. For example, during the 1991 cyclone in Bangladesh, within the age group of 20 to 44 years, the female death rate was 71 per 1,000 compared to 15 per 1,000 for men. In 2004, the Indian Ocean tsunami killed 4 times more women than men. We need to foster initiatives that support women and girls' access to and use of science and technology in DRR. The Sendai framework states in paragraph 35A, women and their participation are critical to effectively manage disaster risk and designing, resourcing, and implementing gender-sensitive disaster risk reduction policies. The Sendai framework further states that adequate capacity-building measures need to be taken to empower women for preparedness, as well as to build their capacity to secure alternate means of livelihood in post-disaster situations. We need to make sure that women and girls in disaster-affected communities are adequately served by the developments within science and technology in order to increase their awareness of disaster risks and therefore reduce the risks associated with disasters. This basically means that if our intention is to save lives and reduce material damage through DRR, then women need to be key stakeholders in any DRR activity. All too often, the views and priorities of women and girls are not included in science and technology policy. This is due to a number of factors, including education levels, cultural issues, poverty, and political hurdles. Women face many discriminations, for instance in education, healthcare, employment, and control of land and property. These are key underlying drivers that make women more vulnerable in crisis and post-disaster situations. Women and girls are more likely to suffer from increased poverty, higher rates of sexual violence, and lack adequate housing in the aftermath of a disaster. For effective disaster risk reduction, we need to ensure that women and girls are involved in disaster risk reduction science and research. For instance, in DRR research, we need data that is gender differentiated in order to identify effective solutions. Robust information on the gender dimension at every stage of disaster risk reduction will allow for gender-specific DRR measures that are more effective. Women are affected differently by disasters. For instance, the education level of women can affect them at several stages of a disaster. They might not be able to read information regarding early warning systems or how to access aid. Or aid might be tied to land titles, which are usually in the name of their husbands. Women are also often in the house, and therefore they are more affected when a disaster such as an earthquake happens. On the positive side, women might be able to take on stronger roles during reconstruction phases and address their own needs. Reconstruction after disasters can also offer other opportunities for women. For instance, Nepal has a very high rate of male-out migration. The absence of husbands or other male family members can lead to more autonomy and decision-making power for women. Reconstruction can also offer income-generating activities for women. For instance, building back better with a gender perspective can mean not only more robust construction, but also building houses that reduce the drudgery of women, for instance by integrating water storage facilities or more efficient cook stoves. This in turn can free up time for girls to attend school. However, in order for this to happen, it is crucial that women have access to financial, social, and technical resources. DRR research needs to pay particular attention to what women need. For instance, access to water close to the house, a common safe shelter, or lighting through solar power. In order to mainstream gender in DRR activities, we need a systematic approach to capture contexts from a gender perspective and to align DRR technology with the aim to use interventions to promote gender equality, or at least to avoid exacerbating existing asymmetries. Mainstreaming gender is a strategy to achieve gender equality. It means recognizing that women and men often have different needs and priorities, face different constraints, and contribute differently to development. Practical actions to be taken can include the development of a curriculum in an education initiative that is gender conscious and makes sure that training courses are organized at a time that allows women to attend. It is crucial to enable women to influence the direction of scientific and technological breakthroughs. Therefore, we need research that focuses on drivers of gender inequality and identify mitigation measures that ensure equal access and control rights to resources in disaster contexts. In this video, we have seen that women and girls are more at risk of being affected by disasters. We need to foster initiatives that increase the participation of women in DRR in order to achieve DRR targets at the national and global levels. Gender mainstreaming implies that DRR actors and institutions incorporate a gender equality perspective in the way they work, as well as in all their policies, programs, and technologies. We have seen that DRR can also provide opportunities for women to take on leadership roles and thereby increase gender equality.